going to teach the horse here to move over to the fence or to a mounting block. We start off by having the horse opposite to where we want it to be, and I'm tapping the horse over to that fence, or to the fence there on the left side, and now giving the horse a signal by clicking. And if the horse doesn't move his rump towards me, then I bring the whip up and start tapping on the top of the horse or over the other side of the back just a little bit. The key here is to stop tapping as soon as the horse starts to give you a signal that it's going to move across. Just there resting and giving the horse time to think about it, and the horse has been licking and chewing. And now I'm sending the horse back the other way by tapping on the side of the horse. So you want to give the horse two clear signals. One is to tap the horse on the side to move over, and when you want the horse to come to you, I'm tapping above the horse or putting the whip above the horse, and ultimately what we want to be able to do is just click our fingers and have the horse move to that. In order to do that, you need to start clicking as we're doing there, and if the horse doesn't respond, then lift the whip up and do a little tap. And gradually then the horse will respond because it doesn't want the whip there. It'll take notice and start to respond to the click. The timing is important. You need to stop the whip in the initial stages. As soon as the horse starts to move its rump towards you, or even when you first start clicking and the horse starts to move its rump towards you, stop clicking and pat and reward the horse. So when moving the horse over with the whip to the side, or bring the horse forward, as you'll see if you notice in any of these, make sure you hang on to the bridle and stop the horse coming forward so that the horse is pivoting around your hand. So here again we've had several attempts and we're just going through it again. Start off by clicking, horse doesn't respond, raise the whip, and then reinforce by clicking, and then when the horse responds, pat the horse. So now we're going to get up on the fence, and this time we want the horse to be able to respond without myself being on the ground. So by holding the rein and tapping on the side, I'm sending the horse back around. Horse will get a little bit confused and may start to bring its rump back. We'll just be persistent and the horse will get the idea. And now asking for the click, and immediately the horse doesn't respond, bring the whip back up, and gradually the horse starts to respond. So there I've stopped clicking, given the horse a little pat, and then recommence the clicking in order for the horse to come around, and he does so. Just when you're on the fence here, you need to be careful. The horse will actually push right up against you. Don't fall off, and make sure you keep yourself safe. Now I'm just bringing the horse forward a little bit so that the horse's back is a bit more opposite where I want to be. Part of the issue here is that the horse isn't always used to having someone high up above them unless they're mounted. And in this situation here, this horse is 16.2 hands high, so he's quite a big fellow, and he certainly is not used to having people up above him unless they're on his back. So it's natural for him to find that a little bit intimidating to start with, and that's why I'm training this horse, is because he didn't want to stand at a mounting block. And to save his back, and also to save my knees getting on all the time, I want to use the mounting block to relieve the pressure of his back, but also so that my knee is not so put under pressure all the time when mounting. It's also a very good training thing to do with the horse, and it's an exercise where the horse has to learn to take notice of what you're asking for, and it's just added communication and putting the horse in a position where it can respond to your commands. When doing this exercise, you're standing on the ground. Just make sure that you keep your feet out of the way of the horse's hooves. And now we're going to the exotic mounting block that I've built, and this is purpose built. You can make your own, or you can go and buy a plastic one from some horse shop, but I prefer just to have this particular mounting block because it's much bigger and much more stable, and so I want the horse to maneuver over to that. So this is the first time the horse has been asked to move over to the mounting block, and you can see here, because of my height above the horse is a little uncomfortable about just standing there, so it's just going to take a little bit of persistence and practice, and we'll be in a situation in a short period of time where the horse gets comfortable. So whilst the horse is standing there, I do want to practice putting my leg over. I'm not going to get on the horse at this stage. I just want the horse used to having my leg go over, and as you can see, he's not comfortable with that at this stage. So that's an opportunity then, of course, to practice the cue and have him move his rump back around and his body back over to you. So I'll just pat the horse there and lean over the horse. He's moving away again, so I'll just reinforce. Whilst I've been using my fingers to click, but any time he doesn't respond, I just grab the whip, like I'm doing now, and reinforce the cue. And always stop and reward the horse, talk to the horse, let the horse know he's doing the right thing. So your timing always needs to be good. You need to watch what's going on and be quick to respond. Just there, the horse didn't respond, so I actually tapped the horse on the back. So you can be a bit creative with what you want. And the horse is capable of picking up all the little differences in the way you function and your cues and reading your body language and the signals that you give. Now, just there, as I've put my leg over, the horse has moved away, so I'm going to ask the horse to move back over again. And what I haven't noticed here as I'm doing it is that the horse's rear leg was cocked behind, and so the horse wasn't comfortable in standing there, and the result is, of course, the horse has moved away. Now the horse has moved right around, so I've just taken the whip and tapped him on the opposite side to make him start to move back around and reinforce the cue. Here he's moved just a little bit too far away, around rather, and have to be careful he doesn't hook his leg up on that post. So now there's a nice position there. So I've put the whip down, pat the horse, start again in terms of the desensitizing of getting him used to being handled and having my leg go over the horse whilst he's standing there. As I said, I'm not going to sit on the horse there. I could do so, but that's not the purpose of what I want to do at this exercise. I'm not preparing the horse to mount bareback. I will ride this horse bareback, but not just presently. He's only just arrived, and so I've had the saddle on him and I've had one ride, but I want to get on him today with the saddle and start riding and commence his retraining. He's been in the paddock for quite some years at another property and hasn't done anything, so he could be as solid as a rock, but I don't want to make any mistakes, so we go through this procedure. But the first thing, as we said, I wanted to be able to mount him easily. So now the horse has begun to do some yawning there, and lots of times people think that's just tiredness, but actually lots of times it is actually a stress release. And in this situation here, especially when they yawn frequently like the horse is doing now, it's a good sign that the horse is relaxing and letting go of some of the stress associated with the training. And even though it's been pretty quiet training, this horse is what I'd call a bit of a stress head, and so he does take it on board and he does stress up quite easily, and there he goes again yawning, which is a good stress release and a good sign that he's starting to relax and get comfortable with it all. So now we've saddled up, and this is the first time requesting him to move over so that I can mount, and with the training that we've done, he's responding very well straight away, and so now we can get on board and go for a ride and have some fun. So I hope that helps you. Just remember to keep yourself safe when doing so, and take your time. Doesn't have to be done in a hurry, and make sure if the horse makes mistakes that you keep emotional control so that you don't get upset and fluster the horse and create more problems.